This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
You guys, we are back in the back house.
Yes, we are.
I was thinking, last week's episode we filmed in Boston. That feels like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years, a month, we're on the same page.
Those to me are equivalent amounts of time anyway, so it's all good.
Isn't that crazy?
I still feel nuts right now that it's, the bounce back of all of this kind of travel and also for me just being around people constantly that I'm like, I just want to go into a hole and know that everyone knows I'm safe, but I can't be around anymore.
No, everyone, you guys, we did the tour dates last week in Boston, New York, and Philly, and you'll hear a little bit of one of the live shows at the end from Boston. But I mean, everyone is so lovely and so great, and but it feels like I just went to it feels like I did 3. I was going to say high school reunions, but my high school didn't have one because they were too disorganized and redneck. It feels like I went to 3 rager weddings 3 nights in a row.
Yeah, 100%. And that you were just wanting to be in good conversation with everyone. But at the end of the night, just feeling like that up and down of your brain's still on, but your body's like, please, dear God, just go lay down and go to sleep.
What's so funny is there was one night, where was it? Oh, I think it's when we got to New York. So we had just done the New York show. Which was a fucking blast.
All of them were great. Thank you to everyone that came out to these shows.
It was fantastic.
They've been a long time coming, and I'm glad they finally came.
I mean, Grace Helbig.
I'm running on fumes of fumes, I feel like.
When she on fumes, she got horny fumes.
At 9:45 in the morning.
I know. You guys, we haven't recorded a podcast in the morning in a long time, and look at us with our... pony kegs of coffee.
I can't tell if this is the better way to do it.
I can't either.
Or not. Because I do feel loose and haven't really registered that the day has started yet.
It's definitely not the best for the video version because people watching the podcast are like, oh, it's in the morning. You don't say. Mamrie looks like a ghost with a Spuds MacKenzie shirt on. I couldn't even be bothered to friggin' put on mascara. You know what happened is I fell asleep in mascara and my contact lenses. And so this morning I woke up and gave my eyes the old, fully
apology.
Full allergy commercial.
Yeah.
And then went into the bathroom and I was like, I'm Black Swan. Anyway, I was going to say in New York, which one of the people who came to the meet and greet and also came on stage was a drag queen, Misty Meaner, and she and her partner gifted us this high heel, which is now in the background, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, but we are so fucking tired after the show, right? We just did one in Boston the night before. We just did one in New York. It was 3-hour meet and greets both times after the show.
Yeah.
And then we get back, and then the next morning, me and Grace meet in the lobby to go to Philly, and we're both like, I stayed up till 4. We got home at 11:30 and we both stayed up till 4.
It was that
looking at the internet.
I drank a Red Bull before the show.
Oh my God.
Because I was so tired. So I knew exactly what had happened to me. That I was like, I knew I was taking a risk and flirting with ruining my night.
Wait, what's the shelf life of a real Red Bull in your system? Because that would have been 7 o'clock.
It was just that I felt like I don't want to be seemingly lethargic on stage.
Right, of course.
So I'll do a quick fix. I'll put a Band-Aid over a bullet hole right now. I'll go out on stage, do this, and then got home. And obviously it's the excitement from the show, the excitement of meeting all these incredible people, and then going we didn't fuck up that show. That's great.
Right.
Great news. And we have one more left to do. So just that, I don't know. It's that little kid energy that comes out.
Now I want to ask, and this is not going to make you guys feel left out if you didn't come to the tour, because this is no surprise here. You had a lot of family in Philly.
That was the other thing.
In Philly, and I said a lot of nasty things on stage.
Yeah, we both did.
Is that awkward?
No. The thing is, these shows were extra exhausting for me because each show had some significant family member of mine at.
Yes, your uncle was in New York.
Tim was
in
to
Boston. Oh my God, I didn't even realize you did a family tour.
I did a family tour.
Holy shit.
That would have been done in January, but it's been postponed. So it's like that. I can't wait for them to see this show. I'm also kind of ready to be done with this show and like move on to the next thing. So for me, it was just an extra exhaustion and like pressure on myself of being like, I want them to have the best show experience because we're comfortable with the show now. We're having fun when we're doing it and not so much in our heads of like, what's next, what's next. So I'm beyond bonkers exhausted.
Girl. Okay. When we were leaving Philly, because I brought Beanz to New York.
Yeah, you had this added layer of
oh my
Beanz.
God. Well, obviously, dear listeners, I did not pay for that dog to get on that flight. Neither. One day, look, I've remained undefeated, fully aware
so you
that
know
I'm going to get defeated.
Yeah, you know it is a game where someone wins and someone loses, and you're undefeated right now.
But I'm also the only person who could lose.
Yeah,
like
that's
when
true.
I sneak her on the plane, no one loses.
Right.
Win-win, especially the person who sits beside me, right?
Yeah.
When I was on the flight back from New York, literally, I have the bag down there, and I was like, "Oh, sorry," and the guy beside me goes like, "What kind of dog you got down there?" And then I just lifted, and she popped her head out, and I said, "Oh, right here?
Oh, this kind of dog.
Oh, this kind of mouse." But so did not pay for it. What was I gonna say?
So I feel all the time right now.
I don't remember. Okay, but all I know is so on the day after our Philly show, I had to get up, take a train back to New York, and then go to JFK, a cab to JFK, and then get on a flight, and then get here at 1. But what I didn't put together is I had given myself enough time to sleep in the next day, but my train wasn't until 1:30. And I called down to be like, can I get late checkout at noon? And they said, we can't offer it today. So I had to leave at like 11.
Oh.
So I had 2.5 hours, like 2 hours in our hotel lobby.
Oh.
Then got to New York, then had 2 hours that I just straight up planted myself in the Ace Hotel lobby, not staying there, nothing. but I had suitcases, so it looked like I was there for early check-in.
Yeah.
Long story short, I was so tired. I was in the lobby for 2 hours of our hotel. Drinking coffee.
And that lobby the night before when we were going to the show was full of women in ball gowns going to some event. So in my mind, I'm like, the next morning is going to be chaos in this lobby.
I think every person in Philadelphia got married last Friday. I've never seen so many like nighttime cocktail attire.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Or again, like more like a graduation or alumni. Like these people are dressed up where I was like, are you going to a reunion for a dental school?
Yeah, that's it. It feels like they're going to some like fundraising event where, you know, they all haven't worn dresses like this since their prom. So they're finally getting to wear these like gowns and they're all a little bit questionable. No offense.
I've never seen somebody asymmetrical.
Coming from someone that's dressed like this, and this is me getting dressed up right now.
This is fashion, baby. No, I'm in the lobby, have my coffee, have my water, do my thing, you know, think about going to get something to eat and then don't do it. And then I'm like, well, now I feel crazy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a champagne. So I had a champagne. I'm so overly tired.
Yeah.
And this is how I know. Because of all these weddings, I'm sitting in a chair and there's like a walkway between me and the bar.
Okay.
And there's a woman and she goes to the end of it and she's looking at this little 3-year-old and she goes, come on, Albert. You're just going to do it nice and slow. Okay. So first of all, 3-year-old named Albert. That's pretty cute.
Great. Yeah. Already
like,
great.
Like I'll give him that.
Yeah. I trust him.
Remember that. So then he starts walking slowly, and I quickly realize, like, they're practicing. He's the ring bearer today.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
It is very cute, but this is how I know I'm overly tired.
Oh, yeah.
Is Albert's coming down, and she's going like, yes, now a little slower, Albert. Now hold your hands together. Mom. You're not going to be able to drop the pillow. Like, fully, you know, doing her thing.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the end, and I said out loud to myself, not that good. Like,
I got notes.
I said,
if you want them.
He couldn't have been cuter, and his name was fucking Albert. And I go, not that good. And then 2 minutes later, he walks over, and I've got my suitcase, and he goes, bah, 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 like he drums on it, and
your suitcase,
on my suitcase, and I look up and I said, "Can I help you?" That's how tired I was. Is I was so mad at this little kid.
Filter.
Not that good. Can I help you? Just raging out. So
truly no filter.
Apologies to Albert. I hope the ceremony went great.
I mean, he had all the makings to make it great. We'll see if he choked.
I had to be the tough love.
Yeah.
So basically, I became Abby Lee Miller when I entered Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I spent the next day kind of trying to do some quality time with family, which was really fun, but also just like, you know, a lot of talking, catching up with everyone.
Yeah, we got parents coming out our hoo-ha. I mean, we got so many of them.
It was great. They all had a great time at the show. None of them were... My stepdad specifically said that this is the best he's ever seen us in a performance. Yeah, he's like, this is the most natural and confident. So whatever nasty things you said really just felt very normal.
When we do another show, can we put a quote from him on the poster and just say, Bill, Grace's stepdad?
Yeah. This is the best they've ever been.
Bill, Grace's stepdad.
It was great. I know. I love it. Like New York Times says of this show. It was really sweet. But then the next day, I got on
we just have a huge redacted parenthetical. Sorry.
So the next day, I got on my flight back to LA, and I was just so beyond tired.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful because I got bumped up to first class on American Airlines.
Oh my God!
But
on a full cross country. Sorry, this is the most exciting.
But the bittersweet part of it was that I literally just like fell asleep immediately. I was so tired that I'm like, I don't even get to take advantage of all the amenities that you get.
See, that's when I would have drank the Red Bull.
I know. Well,
just to get the free booze.
I was like, I just need sleep in me, because it was again like just waking up and being like, where do I need to be? I haven't had a full night's sleep in like a week. And so I was like, oh my God, at least I got bumped up to first class. This is incredible. I can't believe it. And the guy next to me on the flight, he came in, he sat down. He was wearing like a hat and like a sports t-shirt, and it was like an older man, probably near like my parents' age.
Was the sports t-shirt tucked in?
No, full out. And, and he seemed a little loose, and I was also, overly exhausted.
He had a 32-ounce shock top at the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, he had a few, I found out, because he eventually was asking like, am I traveling back home? Because I had a layover in Phoenix first. He was going to Phoenix from Philly, and I was going from Phoenix to California. And I was like, no, I'm doing a layover. I'm going to Los Angeles. And he was like, oh, that's very cool. I was like, yeah, my friend and I were doing some comedy shows.
You offered that information?
That's how I knew I was tired. And then I realized,
oh my God,
but then I realized, because I thought, oh, maybe this is a cool person that, whatever. And then I immediately realized like he was already drunk. Like he said that there's little Beanz at the door that scared me. I thought an animal was coming into his house.
Oh my God.
And she can't push the door completely
Chip
open.
let Beanz free. You vamp. I'll grab her.
Yeah, there's like a crack in the door, but it's just enough that she can't fit through, nor does she feel confident enough to push it open. Oh, she's running away. She's such a tease.
The girl just wants to be chased.
She knows that we've talked about her a little bit, so she wants to let us know that she's here. She's listening.
Her tail was wagging so fast, being able to run away from me.
Yeah. Gotcha, bitch.
Y'all, if you have thought about dabbling in the world of CBD, or you're already a fan but looking for the right one for you, well, Feels is the one you should try, okay? Because it'll make you feels way better. Feels is a premium CBD that will help keep your head clear and feel your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door, because let's be honest, if you're taking CBD because you're stressed, you don't want to add some more stress onto your plate by having to go to a CBD store. CBD naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and my favorite, sleeplessness. That's right. Take a little CBD with your nighttime herbal tea, and you can drift into dreamland like nobody's business. Plus, there's no hangover or addiction. You place a few drops of Feels under your tongue, and you feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD, though, is that, like most fun things, you gotta find your right dose. That is important, and everyone's dose is different. So, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience so that you find your perfect dose. The Feels customer service team is dedicated to making sure you get the best use of your CBD. I wish I had a customer service team for other fun things I partake in. Joining the Feels monthly membership makes your self-care easy. You're going to save money every order, and you can pause or cancel anytime. It is all about convenience, making it feels convenient. So start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/TMGW, and you're going to get 50% off your first order with free shipping. 50%! That's FEALS.com/TMGW. Become a member and get 50% off automatically. I'm talking half off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/TMGW.
There are all these gimmicks out there that promise a great night of sleep. You know, we're talking toppers, we're talking about weighted blankets, but all of that's like putting lipstick on a pig. If you're sleeping on a terrible mattress, your sleep will, guess what, be terrible. It's that simple, and that's why I recommend sleeping on a Purple mattress. It's because only Purple mattresses have the Gel Flex Grid. It's this super stretchy, ultra squishy material that adapts and flexes around pressure points and doesn't retain heat. Where are all my night sweaters at? Hi, you're in good company. The Gel Flex Grid is amazingly supportive for your back and your legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips no matter how you sleep. And unlike memory foam, which obviously remembers everything, thanks to the Gel Flex Grid, Purple mattresses bounce back as you move and shift, so you'll never have that I'm stuck feeling that you might get with a memory foam. We just upgraded to a Purple mattress a few months ago, and I'm obsessed with it. Having been out on the road, I look forward to one, coming home and seeing my fiance, but also coming home to the Purple mattress. If you're interested, you can try Purple mattresses risk-free with free shipping and returns, and financing is available too. Get a great night's sleep. It starts with having a great mattress. Get a Purple mattress. Go to purple.com/TMGW10 and use code TMGW10. For a limited time, you can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/TMGW10, code TMGW10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Again, purple.com/TMGW10, promo code TMGW10. Terms apply.
Anyway, okay, so I can't believe you. I feel like you would.
I was on autopilot of conversation where I was like outside my body watching myself just try to communicate to this person and going, what are you doing?
See, when I think of you on a flight, because I've said it here before, I love it so much, but when you get extra tired, I always think about when we checked into Toronto and they asked if you wanted a pseudonym and you gave them Janet Jackson.
That's where my brain goes.
Oh, you gave them an incredibly famous person as your name for no one to bother
hide
you.
under the roster.
So then when I think of you being like overly tired on a flight and someone's like, oh, what do you do? I see you overcompensating so much to not be what we do that you'd be like archaeologist or something.
Well, this guy,
they want to talk about bones.
Look, you don't want to judge a book by its cover, but this guy seemed, I was like, this might
register. Sports shirt.
Yeah, that was like, this might register with this guy. Also, there's something about me that when I get back to Philly, I feel like I need to be more like
amongst
bro-y
the people
or something. And it just kind of unconsciously happens. Anyway,
oh my God,
he had told me immediately that he had gotten a layover from Boston because I had heard all the American flights were delayed like before I got to the airport. So I was already nervous that I wouldn't be able to get home like on time. He was like, I had a 5-hour delay in the Philly airport, so some beers were had. Oh, God. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he just kind of like faded out of the conversation, and I put my headphones back in and was like, well, where that ends. This man proceeded. I fell asleep. I woke up to him having his meal, which I was so bummed that I was like, I missed the whole meal. It just smelled like meatballs. And so at that point,
I was going to ask if it was meatballs.
I was like, that looks great. But he was talking to him. So he was clearly on his probably
Ambien
third beer of this flight.
Okay.
Mixed with how many? Mamrie, the entire flight in total, I think he had 8 beers.
Are you serious?
On a 4-hour flight. I couldn't believe that they kept bringing more beers back to him.
What was his beer of choice?
He started with Heineken's, and then he ended up with Coors Light because I think they ran out of Heineken's.
And they're like, no one's drank this many Heineken's in 4 years on this flight.
Yeah, and I just kept trying to fall asleep, and I'd wake back up, and he'd be talking to himself, being like, this shit's good, while he's eating his meal. And then he just was he was having this, I don't know, have you ever seen that YouTube video from years ago that's like this animated lizard, but the voiceover of it is like a guy that's tripping on mushrooms, and it's just this like unedited thing of him being like drinking out of cups and look at these towels with seashells on them, and it's just this rambly thing. This guy was doing this the whole time of just quietly rambling to himself, where I could hear bits and pieces of being like, nah, that shit's shit. And then,
oh no.
And I was like, okay, we're getting to a point where I don't know this person.
No.
So I really don't know how drunk he is, let alone how he gets when he's drunk.
Right. You don't want him to fall asleep and think you're like his wife.
No, exactly. And he kept calling the flight attendants a brother the whole time.
Embarrassing.
But apparently at the end of the flight, or towards the end of the flight, they came over and they were like, thank you for your tip. That was so generous. That I think he just went up and just handed them like a cash tip.
$100.
And then came back to his seat and they dropped off another Bud Light as he was getting that. I was like, okay. And then we finally land and he gets on his phone. I go, here we go on his phone. And he just starts screaming in his phone, Lucas, you pick me up and take me away from here, Lucas.
Take me away from here, Lucas.
And then as we get off the flight, because I'm going, okay, he's been like this sitting down. Let's see what standing up looks like.
Belly full of meatballs.
Mamrie, the part of the plane where you get off and there's what's it called? The hallway that they attach to the
bridge.
Yeah. This guy's
bridge.
leg fell through the gap between the bridge and that. And he just goes, oh, I'm drunk. And I was like, oh
my
no.
God.
And he gets up and falls into the side of the hallway again.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, I'm so tired. I'm not even really registering how insane this is. And I'm just playing Frogger to get around him so I can get out of this flight.
His leg fell through the jet bridge?
It was
like the little gap.
Yeah.
The little gap.
Tripped, ankle fell through, caught himself on the side, picked himself up, got into the bridge, and then just fell full body weight into the hallway muttering, well, I'm drunk. I'm drunk. And I was like,
my word.
Okay, I don't want to be the person that has to help this situation.
Hell no. But I mean, when thinking about it.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, when I think about if you had to work as a flight attendant, and shout out to any listeners that are flight attendants.
We met some Delta flight attendants after one of our shows.
We did. Oh, I'll tell that later. But so a shout out, because I can't believe what you deal with. But it's one of those things where it's like, would you rather, and I'm sure
cut
you
this
don't
guy off from drinking and him explode
and freak out
versus he's not drinking hard alcohol
and he just
beer.
gave us $100. Yeah, exactly. But or hopefully it'll make him go to sleep.
Right.
But also it's like if I was an Uber driver, I think it would be so tough because you're making more money at night, but you're dealing with people who've been partying, and it's got to be the same way. There's some flights where people are like, oh fuck!
They can tell immediately.
I have
too much.
the 10 p.m. leaving Vegas.
Yeah.
To Atlanta
and
or
also,
whatever.
The people getting on this flight have been delayed at the Philadelphia airport for 5 hours. So on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday, that they're gonna be a bit fucked up right now.
I bet there's a lot of rock, paper, scissors for flights. I'm sure they're just assigned, but of leaving New Orleans after Mardi Gras or going
too.
Going is worse.
Going too, because afterwards everyone's just a haggard version of themselves.
Yeah, you're I just need a Bloody Mary to set me straight to sleep. But
Totally.
going there is the people who rage out harder on I know I've gone on vacations and been like, well, the hardest I partied was on the way to the place.
Yeah, I got too excited and I didn't, patiently spread out my energy through the weekend.
The amount of times we've shown up to London and been like, so we just partied for 15 hours.
We did
and
it
now we're
backwards.
here. And now we're here and it's 8 a.m. and we haven't slept.
I know. That's I'm getting, because this week I guess is VidCon, and I'm getting all the emails of
saw it too.
come to the 10th anniversary of this party. And it just sends a weird
adrenaline,
exhausted shiver down my spine of being yeah, I remember that kind of chaos and exhaustion.
Woof beyond belief. Okay, here's something that will pump you up though.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce has new music.
I know.
Did you listen to the new song?
No, I haven't listened
great.
to any. Really? Okay.
I really like it. It's got it's so funny because Chip loves house music, and I think it's going to be kind of like a house album.
Oh, that's fun.
But he's very much it's not maybe totally. But for me,
still Beyonce.
I love it because it's just I'm excited to have dancey Beyonce.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love loved Lemonade Beyonce. And like we were single when that came out and it was like, oh, get ready. This is my vibe. But I'm excited to have some like
fun.
Yes, let's bop around Beyonce.
Yeah, I feel like she knows what the world needs right now, and the world needs to dance and have some fun again.
Totally. I wonder because I saw a picture of Blue Ivy, who's
a tween,
who's
right?
a tween or something like that, who's a Grammy-nominated tween.
Would you expect anything less from Beyonce's daughter? I
mean,
mean,
oh my God, I saw a meme the other day that killed me, which you'll hear at the end of this. I talk about J-Lo's documentary, which I enjoyed. But I saw a meme that was like, did you know J-Lo is in line to be the 15th person, the 15th person for an EGOT? All she needs is an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. One of each. So hard. It was like, but she's got 32 Razzies. Oh, it made me laugh. But anyway, I saw a picture of a couple, maybe a week ago, of Blue Ivy with Jay-Z, like a basketball game or something, and she's like so embarrassed of him.
Yeah.
But I wonder if she's the same way with Beyonce, or if it's just like big dad energy. So she's like, ugh, dad. But like, could you be embarrassed of Beyonce as your mother?
That would be a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't want to turn the fans against me, but they don't live with my mother 24 hours a day.
You're like, I don't want to turn the fans against me. Meanwhile, my mother has a fan on her at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit like Tracy Ellen Ross growing up with Diana Ross.
Yeah.
And being like, yes, my mother's. But like Beyonce isn't like extra in a way of like classic diva, diva, like Celine and Diana and Mariah, and then they're all just kind of like very like Beyonce doesn't feel braggadocious.
She's got quiet confidence, which is like her like foundational emotional property that's so incredible, where it's like you can't say that she's like humble because the stuff she does
couldn't be
incredibly elaborate, but it's still, there has like a humility to it in some sense. Like it's not as like in your face obnoxious. There's no obnoxiousness about it.
It's almost like if you keep your mouth closed, you can't stick your foot in it as much.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like. I'm having feet on toast for breakfast every goddamn day.
I know, but also I do feel like our daughter has all of the opportunity to grow up as a comedian, because the only way that I'd be able to make sense of how intense and profound and influential my parents were was to make fun of them, like to be able to laugh at how insane this is.
However, rich people make their kids think that they're geniuses.
So
I mean, no offense, I think she's fucked. I think she's gonna have so much money. She's gonna be amazing. But like, you can't have two parents at that level and not be fucked
and
up.
Consistently that level.
Consistently,
like, Beyonce's only gotten, I think, better.
1,000%.
In her career,
and I was listening to the new song last night. We'll listen to it.
I know I got to
end this podcast.
Okay.
But I was listening to it last night and already excited that there would be like a song with Jay-Z on it. Like they're both so fucking good.
Yeah.
But I did want to tell the people.
Yes.
Just a little log line of the story that, like you said, flight attendant who came to our show.
Yeah.
You guys, this Peach, I'm forgetting his name right now, came up and told us, because we had the conversation about wearing a butt plug on a flight.
Oh my God, I forgot.
And fully told us a story of a man who was on the flight and was sweating and getting very, very sick. And they kept being like, "Are you okay, sir? Do you need medical attention?" And eventually the man cornered our sweet listener and was like, "I have a butt plug and it hurts really bad and I can't get it out." And that the man tried to get it out and couldn't. And they had to ask people in the cabin if anyone had lube. And this woman in her 70s was like, "I got lube."
I got you.
And it had to be like a travel lube.
Yeah.
It had to be under 3 ounces.
So she had to consider how much she had and be able to pack the appropriate size.
I bought my first travel lube a month ago.
Well, congratulations. That's a threshold that you've crossed.
I'm just saying, I have issue and that they that they put the lube behind lock and key, as if having comfortable sex is a crime. And so I was like, wait, you guys have little astral glides? I'm down. But anyway, it killed me. He said that this 70-year-old woman or so had lube and that they gave it to the guy, and the guy was able to get his butt plug out and they didn't have to emergency land.
That he was locked in the bathroom for a long time getting it figured out. And that...
Yeah, like 30 minutes or something. Oh my God.
I mean, you guys really do deal with so much. And you probably have dealt with one of the two of us and or both of us acting a fool on a flight in the last 15 years.
You know it. Oh my God.
Also, apologies, guys. We obviously didn't charge our batteries. If you're watching this episode of the podcast, that we'll have some moments where the camera has cut off and we have gone through every battery we currently have available to us
The batteries on our camera are a full metaphor to our actual brains and souls right now.
We need to charge.
Luckily, we like giving you guys a little snippet of our live shows, and this one was from our first one in Boston, and we talk about a society you might be joining, the Hermets. We talk about J-Lo's documentary.
Yes.
We talk about chicken finger. We talk about a lot of things.
We chalk it up.
And then we'll be back on here after.
Listen, I know everyone talks about that happiness comes from within, but sometimes you just need something from the outside to make you feel good, okay? You need a little win, a little compliment, or a little crushing a level on Best Fiends to make you feel like you are living your best life, okay? You guys know I love the game Best Fiends. I've been traveling so much with Grace. We had those tour dates, which you're hearing about on the podcast today, and I had a lot of time just in an airport and on a plane with really spotty Wi-Fi. So who did I turn to? Well, not my best friend in the row behind me, my Best Fiends to keep me company. I love it. Once you download Best Fiends, you can play anywhere, even without an internet connection, which is great if you're stuck without Wi-Fi on a flight. You collect tons of fiends that get powered up as you play more levels, and the fiends are so stinking cute. It's like every time you level them up and they grow a little stronger, I feel like I'm watching my child grow before my very eyes. And every win brings new challenges, thousands of puzzles to play. There are new in-game events added all the time. You guys know I love a theme party. Well, it's like I have a little theme fiend party every month, whether it be like a Victorian era. Sometimes they're themed for holidays or for the month coming up, or sometimes they're just really random, like, oh, it's a murder mystery theme. I love it. With thousands of levels, there's always more to play. So go ahead and get that victory. Get that self-worth from the outside. Download Best Fiends for free from the App Store or Google Play. Plus, earn even more with $5 worth of in-game rewards when you reach level 5. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Sometimes it feels like you need a degree in grapes to find a great wine. At least that's how I feel. I mean, you can shop by the look of the label, which is what I tend to do, or you can try to remember what tannins are. But it should be easier, right? That's why First Leaf does the hard work for you. They make it simple to discover new wines that you'll love without the hit or miss. They sample over 10,000 wines a year from all around the world and selects only the finest bottles. They take the time to learn what you like and what you don't. Then they send you world-class wines tailored to your taste. You fill out a little quiz on the website. You can choose whether you know of certain wines you like versus others. You can choose what kind of flavors you like almonds, cappuccino, lemonade, all the different notes, oak, butter, all these different things. And they really help you pare down, pun intended, exactly what flavor profile is right for you. I mean, I love wine, but I don't know what it is I love about wine. And I recently got a Sunscript Rosé from California, Pinot Grigio from California, Rancho Campo from Argentina, just all of the pairings that I would never have the confidence to choose myself. And if you're not happy with the wine that you receive, First Leaf will credit you for another. It does not get simpler than that. If you are interested, sign up today and you'll get your first 6 bottles for $39.95. $39.95 plus free shipping. So go to tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW. That's TRYFIRSTLEAF.com/TMGW to get your first 6 bottles for, again, $39.95 plus free shipping. Tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW. it also makes an incredible gift for someone that doesn't know how much they're about to love you if you get it for them. I'm ready. What's going on with you?
Nothing. I've only been in Boston 24 hours.
Nice.
She goes, that's all you need. No, just kidding. It's a great city. No, I thought something was so funny, and maybe it's just me, but I checked into my hotel last night, and Grace and I are in separate hotels because she booked hers a month ago, and then I went to book mine, and I was like, that's fucking rent.
Yeah, because I guess the golf thing is happening here, and then the baskets. There's lots of ball activities happening.
So much balls. And anyway, I'm in a different hotel, and I thought it was so funny because I checked in, and they're giving me the spiel of like what's around and this and that, and normally it'll be like, oh, and we have this incredible restaurant a block away with this renowned chef, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, and if you go to this place next door, I'm telling you, this is the guy talking.
Okay.
He's like, I'm telling you, best in the world. Put him against any chef in the world. Chicken fingers and honey mustard.
Oh my God.
I was like,
I'm so jealous.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to switch rooms?
I have regressed, obviously. Many aspects of my life, including that one of my favorite meals is now chicken fingers.
Is it?
Yeah.
But what's your dip? What's your dip in?
Any of them. I'll take whatever you got.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm fucking serious.
if I was going to hold up.
But honey mustard is great, and ranch.
So
Classic.
those are your top two.
Yeah, wow.
Those are your top two.
Those would be my top two, but I'm down to experiment.
Get the fuck out, you nasty bitch.
I know.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever dipped a chicken finger in?
That's
No, I don't think ketchup
object
is weird.
leading question. Been watching a lot of that trial situation.
Oh, God.
Anyway, hush over the crowd. I found a very cool article that spoke to me that I posted on my story a couple days ago, but then I started reading through the actual thing. Have you heard about this, I guess, community or society called the Hermets?
No.
Okay. But you've heard of a hermit, right?
Yeah, crab?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
yeah. And then let's think about like the application to
Hermits,
a human
yeah.
being.
For
So
sure.
the hermets are a reclusive lifestyle that has led to a new feminine ideal for those New York City dwellers. And I... Oh, New York. Okay. I was like, how dare you come from my actual religion that I've now signed up for?
Yeah, I was going to say, this sounds exactly up your alley.
Yeah, okay. So first, this article is all about this woman named Risa Mickenberg, who has kind of accidentally started this secret society that is now being, I guess, publicized. But the article starts with the journalist describing that in her apartment, computers and phones are nowhere to be seen. The only sound that can be heard is the buzzing of a radiator. Several phone-shaped hunks of wood decorate the table. Stroking the wooden keypad, Mickenberg gives a proud smirk, quote, "Nobody can reach me through this phone as it gets zero reception."
This is fucking Tom Hanks talking to a volleyball.
And I love it. I love how wild this woman has become. She worked as a creative director for a major advertising agency for decades, and then got to burn out of that crazy life.
Okay.
And just kind of went reclusive. And she says that there's a ton of misunderstandings towards hermits. Obviously,
Okay.
people think they're self-centered, antisocial, hostile, cynical, fearful of people, and uncooperative.
Hashtag same.
Right. And I'm going, yeah, and the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Like, I get this.
Wait, but if you're a hermit, can you still have a job? Because she ain't doing a Zoom meeting on that fucking 2x4.
No, she's lost her mind a little bit, but I think she's like totally retired, and this is the reclusive lifestyle that she's taken on.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
if I was going to be a hermit,
Yes.
I would live somewhere cheaper than New York
I agree.
and get some land.
There's some question marks around here. However, this society that she started is now up to like 30 different members since 2019.
How do they communicate?
So here's what they do. Okay, this quote you'll love because she's 55 years old. She said that she once went to see a therapist and shared her dilemma of whether or not to have children, but when the therapist sympathized with the traditional motherly role, she stormed out.
Okay.
Does that not resonate with you?
Yeah, but I'm doing a whole bit about that later.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so the community meets. Sorry, we try to keep it very natural by not going over what we're going to go over in the podcast. But to our detriment, this can happen. So seeds planted. Get ready. There will be a callback later in the show. So the society gets together only when they are really sick of other people and want to fortify their determination to be left alone. Quote, we enjoy the company of others who don't enjoy the company of others.
Oh my God.
I've only scratched the surface on learning about the Hermits.
I feel like that's your mantra. Like, I feel like you're going to join them.
Yeah, if you see me like whittling what looks like an iPhone backstage.
If I see you being like, that's a good looking piece of mulch, kind of looks like Bluetooth.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very excited to dive deeper into this.
The Hermets, though.
Cute name, though, right? Like
It
the
sounds-
Rockettes?
Yeah, I was thinking like a 60s group. Like, I think it's a little too fun for how the vibe I'm picking up on these women.
Yeah, there's lots of questions, follow-up questions I would have to this, but like I said, I'm just scratching the surface on this incredible ideal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, last night you and I were texting because opposite hotels, and we were like, I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep so early.
Yeah.
And then I watched the J-Lo documentary that just came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I wanna go salsa dancing.
Yeah.
At like midnight.
You texted me, they were like, I am emotional. I watched the J-Lo documentary and I'm inspired to go salsa dancing.
I'm inspired. I mean, like, let's be honest. The woman is a narcissist, but she's a very hard worker, and it was a very fun documentary. So I was up, and then I had some wine. And no. What? I had some wine, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna do my favorite thing, look on Pet Finder.
Yeah.
Right? It's a slippery slope. Don't worry, Beanz is still with us. I love her very much.
Yeah. And also that's the safest activity you can do with your drunk energy.
It's fun, you know. I haven't been single in a long time. I want to swipe, you know, on what I like.
Wait, do they make it that you go through
No,
the
but
pets
they should.
Oh, that you right left?
Oh my
No, not for
God.
me. Wow.
They should Tinder Grinder, just Rover. It should just be called Rover.
Yeah. Fetch.
Fetch is good. Fetch is good. So I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, this is a cute dog. And Chip and I were like sending them back and forth, right? And then when you
That's their version of sexting.
So I scrolled down and they have a thing at the bottom of Pet Finder that's like, it's called Happy Tales, where it shows you like a dog that did get adopted. It was like, you know, like here's a success story. Isn't that so cute?
That did. Okay.
That did, like
Okay.
Happy Tales, which is also kind of like a fucking cock tease, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, I saw this cute little Chihuahua. So cute.
Oh,
little
wow. That is
spiky
a
collar.
Cute little Chihuahua.
Name is Possum.
That's great. It's great.
Listen to this bio.
Give me it.
Possum is pretty epic, honestly. She starred in a musical and learned to bark at the word oatmeal.
Wow.
I think she's mentally ill. But hey, man, it be how it be. I was like, that is the best.
That does sound like the
Bio.
most Gen Z bio I've ever heard.
So then I Googled what musical has the word oatmeal in it where a dog
right,
barks.
That's what I was asking. Are those things mutually exclusive?
Two different facts.
Oh, okay.
She has starred in a musical. They didn't disclose which one.
Comma.
And we taught
also-
her how to bark to the word oatmeal.
Wow. But what's the point of barking at the word oatmeal?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
And like, that's the intrigue I have.
And then what else rhymes with oatmeal that you could say colloquially that this dog will still bark at?
Goat.
Goats. Spiels.
So anyway, I'm up there at 2 a.m. being like, Chip, check this shit out. He's like, you said you were going to be asleep 5 hours ago. Anyway,
Wasn't that a delight and a fun time?
Wow, it's really nice to be reminded of what happened about a week ago that
Right?
I have completely forgotten about.
And if you're watching this podcast to a blank screen,
Sorry.
welcome, experiencing the podcast like a podcast.
In the purest sense of the podcast.
I can't stop thinking about that butt plug on the flight. And honestly, okay, do you remember in Super Mario Brothers? I think it was like for Nintendo, like Super Nintendo, something would happen and a huge bullet would come out.
Yes.
That's how I'm picturing it.
And they come out kind of in slow motion.
And it was huge. That's how I'm picturing the butt plug emerging from this man's butthole.
With a bunch of fire around all of it.
Oh, God. This got weird. Whew.